Hello everyone, and welcome to my The Bold and the Beautiful official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Bold and the beautiful spoilers for Wednesday, January 4th, indicate that John Finn Finnegan worried Steffy Forrester because Xander Avant thought Thomas Forrester was to blame for Emma Barber's death. Steffy contended that despite Thomas's horrendous errors, he hadn't gone too far. Finn thought Steffy appeared unsurprised that Xander would place the blame on Thomas, despite this. Steffy clarified that Xander was enmeshed in the mayhem when Beth Spencer was a newborn, and that he felt pressured to remain silent by Thomas. Steffy admitted that part was probably true given Thomas's circumstances at the time. But Steffy said that Emma had just lost control of her vehicle and made an abrupt turn. Steffy urged Finn to end the conversation because she found the whole thing quite disturbing, especially after she hinted that Xander was making these claims as a form of revenge. Finn described Thomas' extreme distress throughout his obsession with Hope Logan. No matter how much treatment Thomas received, Finn believed that they should remain vigilant about Steffy's brother, since something was gravely wrong. Steffy admitted that she was afraid Thomas would become triggered once more if Hope let him down after stating that Finn was correct. Hope, in the meantime, informed Thomas that perhaps one day she might accept his proposal, but she hoped he would see that she wasn't ready for such a commitment at this time. Although Thomas acknowledged that he was a little let down, he reassured Hope that he understood and that he was prepared to wait. Hope added that since their relationship was already dramatized enough, they should keep this proposition between them. Thomas admitted that if Brooke Logan found out, she would go crazy. When the conversation shifted to others who disapproved of their romance, Thomas mentioned that Finn had yelled at him for confronting Steffy. For a while, Thomas had been curious about Finn's thoughts toward him, but now Finn was expressing them. Hope was a little alarmed as she flashed back to Finn, informing her that she could do better than Thomas. After Hope implied that Finn would change, Thomas countered that Hope had already changed and that he only cared about her viewpoint. The fact that Hope refrained from pushing the ring in his face gave Thomas hope that their future together would be happy. Thomas advised Hope to take her time because he wasn't going away after stating that Douglas Forrester would be overjoyed if they were married. Hope was the sole woman for Thomas, and he declared that he would never stray from her. Hope embraced Thomas's kind hug, clearly overwhelmed and thinking about a lot of things. On Wednesday's B&B episode, Bill Spencer met Liam Spencer for drinks at Il Giardino and indicated that he had a dinner date later in the evening. Liam discovered that Bill had dated Finn's aunt and discovered that his father had previously been acquainted with Poppy Nozawa. Bill said that he was now positive that he had met Poppy previously since he couldn't get rid of the feeling. Liam hoped that this mysterious woman would bring something great into Bill's life and wished him luck. Luna Nozawa was thrilled about Poppy's rendezvous with Bill back at Forrester Creations, but RG Forrester made a joke about Poppy running as far as she could away from him. RG admitted that his family had problems with Bill, but Luna urged Poppy to go form her own opinion. Luna encouraged her mother to go and pretended like she had nothing to lose because Bill had located Poppy's phone number and could knew her from the past. Luna proposed that Poppy approach it as a puzzle to solve and speculated that perhaps Poppy and Bill might work together to discover what linked them. Luna confided in RJ when Poppy departed, telling him how much she loved her mother and how she had given up everything for her. After expressing her desire that her father had stayed, Luna made a suggestion that it was mostly for Poppy's benefit. Luna used to ponder how things could have turned out differently if her father had stood up and committed. Following Poppy's arrival at Il Giardino, Bill said he couldn't help but think about her. After conducting some research off-screen, Bill was able to recall meeting Poppy more than 20 years ago at the Golden Gate Music Festival. Bill remarked about how they had a beautiful night together, talking for hours, and how Poppy seemed so free when she was dancing. Something told Bill that Poppy hadn't forgotten, despite his insistence that he hadn't. If Bill is Luna's biological father, as suggested by the bold and the beautiful spoilers, Poppy could find it difficult to conceal her paternity. Keep checking back for more on when this significant information could surface. Spoilers for Thursday, January 4's episode of Bold and the Beautiful indicate that Poppy Nozawa will continue her date with Bill Spencer at Il Giardino, but there will be awkward moments. Bill has been thinking back on their experience at Golden Gate Music Fest more than 20 years ago, and he finally discovered where he knew Poppy from. Bill still remembers that night as being incredibly unique, therefore he believes Poppy must have some sort of memory. Of course, if Poppy became pregnant that night, Bill most likely gave her a lasting memento of that night. B&B has been dropping hints regarding Bill possibly being Luna's biological father, especially since Luna has been talking about the father she never knew. Poppy was hesitant to go on this date anyway, but now that Bill is starting to put a few pieces of the picture together, she ought to be quite anxious. Though it doesn't seem likely that Bill will realize he could be Luna's father very soon, he might eventually make the connection. Poppy's worst secret will be exposed, but even so, she could find herself drawn into the past again, especially because Bill has a lovely side when he wants it. According to other B&B teasers, John Finnegan will struggle to decide between the two tales he has heard. Emma Barber met a terrible end because of Thomas Forrester's deliberate actions, according to Xander Avant. However, Steffy Forrester jacked it, as though Xander's claims were unfounded and more of an attempt to get revenge on Thomas. Steffy wants Finn to move on from this, but he just can't. Finn will acknowledge that he is concerned that Holt Lothan could be in serious danger after they first meet on Thursday's episode. According to previews for The Bold and the Beautiful, Finn will provide updates on Xander's terrifying allegations before the week is over. This means that he will give Holt a sobering warning and disturbing Thomas news. Spoilers for Bold and the Beautiful indicate that Ridge Forrester, and with Taylor Hayes no longer on the program, Brooke Logan could need another intruder. Given how prevalent love triangles are in B&B, how will Brooke and Ridge manage without a third party to stir mischief? Ridge and Brooke may face other challenges, but ultimately, love rivalry may reappear in the narrative. It's crucial to keep in mind that Brooke and Ridge have both been known to cheat on occasion. But for now, let's concentrate on Ridge. Although Ridge and Brooke were able to put their lives back together, Ridge's faithfulness may not last forever. In the upcoming months, would Ridge's roving gaze bring him into trouble? For the time being, Ridge is dedicated to Brooke, but what would happen if a previous romantic partner reappears? Perhaps in the future, Shauna Fulton might make a comeback for a Ridge and Brooke triangle. Shauna might take Taylor's position as Brooke's rival for Ridge's affections. Fans of B&B will remember that Quinn Fuller was mostly behind Shauna's attempt to trap Ridge with a marriage in Vegas. Perhaps Shauna will return, and this time pose a serious love threat to Brooke. Maybe it's time to bring back the smoldering chemistry that Shauna and Ridge once shared. In the unlikely event that Shauna appears in Los Angeles once more, Ridge could find himself drawn back toward her. Shauna might at least win briefly and cause some trouble, but no one can ever really stop Ridge and Brooke's destiny. Shauna's return might bring some new action and unpleasant news. Keep checking back for updates to see if Shauna decides to get back into the fray and start some new drama. There must be more drama in store. According to previews for The Bold and the Beautiful, Brooke and Ridge will undoubtedly encounter more challenges together. Will Shauna Fulton's comeback be one of them? Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.